What's up, guys? Today I am doing a upper body workout, so the second workout of the week. Now, today the goal was to max out on some type of press, and since I already know that my bench press max is around 102.5, maybe as low as 100 at this point, I decided to check what my overhead press max was, and I figured out that 60 was very easy, 70 was undoable, impossible on this day, and 67.5 was my new PR. So let's watch this in all its glory. Yeah, so slightly grindy, but 67.5 does seem to be my PR at the moment, and since I've never hit heavier than this, it is a lifetime PR. Moving on, I just did around 70%, this is actually probably 68%, of my 1 rep max for 3 sets of 8 on the bench press. Now, on the first set, it felt difficult towards the last few reps. Not that it was very close to failure, but it felt moderately challenging. However, on the second and third set, I kind of realized that this actually is not anywhere close to, max effort territory. I mean, if you're looking at the speed at which I'm moving these, it's not really kind of a max effort, to be honest. I'm moving the bar very quickly. I'm also pausing properly on every single rep, so the bar comes to a motionless stop and then I hit it again. So doing this for high reps with the pauses is going to hit my chest a lot harder than just, touch and go. Although touch and go really is amazing as well, pause benching is even better in my opinion. So I'm doing this to hit my chest, hip front delts and triceps, and to get my horizontal pressing strength on point. And I'm going to start doing taekwondo more seriously now. So I'm thinking of this in the context of punching power. Pressing for me is about punching, it's about power, it's about force, and therefore I'll start doing, all of my reps, especially on the bench press, with a lot more force if I can. If I'm doing a light weight, a weight that I can control, I'm going to make sure to explode on the concentric to really hit those upper threshold muscle fibers, because when we're not hitting close to our 1 rep max, when we're doing 70% or lower, we do have to lift fast. Otherwise, we're not going to be hitting our upper threshold muscle fibers until the last few reps on each set, and that's not as optimal as it could be. Moving on, pull-ups here. I decided to do 3 sets of 10. It was easy. I mean, I felt my lats. I felt them working, and it was a unique experience after having done sternum pull-ups for the longest time. However, I must say that regular pull-ups are a lot easier now, and on Thursday I will do these with probably 2.5 kilos added. Progress, as you can see here, is not going to be an issue. This obviously is not anywhere near my max weight that I could do for those amount of reps. Moving on, overhead press again. Basically I did bench press, pull-ups, back to overhead press. So I'm doing a press, a pull, and back and forth to kind of let the muscles rest so that I don't have to take ages to perform this workout. Here I did 3 sets of 8 with 47.5 kilos, and that was a bit over 70%, and especially after bench pressing and maxing out on the overhead press and failing a max, these were challenging. These were difficult, but that's where we grow, and I'm looking forward to adding a rep on one of these sets on Thursday. I'm going to do 9-8-8 as opposed to 3 sets of 8, if that makes sense. One thing I noticed as well was that these were significantly more challenging than the bench press, so those extra few percent plus the fatigue really made it. And what I've realized is if I can do 70% for 3 sets of 10 on these, I probably will have a new overhead press PR. Probably I will hit 70 kilos fairly comfortably at that point, so I will be working on this. As you can notice as well, I made sure to have my knees in front of me so that I'm not using any leg drive here, so I'm not cheating, and I make sure to do that on my maxes as well in the future. I didn't really think about it until after I hit the 67.5 that I should probably clean up that technique. Talking about clean technique, here is 3 sets of 8 strict pendlay rows. Now I'm doing this in a strict manner because I want to hit the lats. I don't want to hit my legs. Uh, Another thing I'm doing with these is I'm doing 70 kilos, which is exactly what I did on the bench press. So my goal with these rows is going to be to row whatever I bench, so that I'm equally as strong on the back side as I am on the front side. Now, it doesn't really work that way. Most lifters are way stronger on bench than they are on rows. I mean, if you just look at Julius Maddox, for example, I haven't looked into it carefully, but it does seem he only rows like 400 pounds or something similar, but he benches 7 or 800 as a max. So that's obviously quite the discrepancy, and I don't want to be that kind of guy. Obviously, different circumstances. I'm not a world record level bench presser, but a lot of gym bros, I mean, are benching 100 kilos plus, but can't even row a plate, and that doesn't really sit well with me. So I'm going to be doing the same amount of reps and weight on the pendulum row as I'm doing on the bench, and trying to keep it as strict as possible. Moving on here, skull crushers. After both bench and overhead press, my triceps were slightly fatigued, but they still had a lot to give. So I hit one proper set here, one set of 20. I think I could have gotten like 2 or 3 sets of this, to be honest, but the workout would have been very long, and I'm starting off fairly easy, and I'm going to ease into more and more difficult training. A mistake I've made in the past is starting off a new program, going really hard the first few weeks, and then burning out immediately. That's retarded. We want to milk this as long as possible, or at least as efficiently as possible, making the best amount of gains that I can make in a reasonable time frame. The goal is to get as strong as possible this year, so my time frame is, what is it even, like a bit less than 9 months to get to where I want to get to. So I'm not super worried about massive gains workout to workout, but month to month I need to have made significant progress, which means I need to make some form of progress at least on a weekly basis on most of these exercises. Moving on, the barbell curl. I decided to do these instead of the easy bar curls, although I did feel my right wrist a bit. I have a weak right wrist that I have hurt by hitting a tire heavy bag. But what I'm going to do is start working it, and actually, a year ago I couldn't even curl the empty bar. I could do chin-ups with 50 kilos, but I could not curl the empty bar because my wrist would hurt so much. And the kind of twisted supinated position did not agree with my joints. So what I'm doing here is I managed to hit 11 clean reps on the barbell curl with full extension at the bottom, although I did use a bit of body English. That is kind of my starting point, and I'll be working on hitting that for probably 3 sets of 10. Moving on, I did some wrist extensions with the barbell, and I figured out that 20 kilos is a heavy weight to do these with, but it worked. I'm going to start working forearms just as I've decided to start training calves, simply because why not? I believe that if I have strong, thick, juicy, meaty forearms, it will look good. I'll have probably a stronger grip, and I'll have better wrist health, which is very important if I want to continue punching into my later years. I mean, I'm only 18, can't be crippled, man. So another thing I'm doing here is I let the thumb loose, did the thumbless grip. I've noticed a lot of bodybuilders do this, but mainly I have a buddy who lives over in the UK, a childhood friend of mine with massive forearms, and last time we met up he told me, do these and do them without the thumb. I mean, let it into your fingers, like let the barbell roll, and you'll hit the forearms way better. You'll get an insane pump, and that's exactly what I did. So on Thursday I may do this in front of the body, but it felt very good on my wrist to do it behind the body, so we'll see what I do there. But I'd managed to get 30 reps, so that's obviously a bit too much, and I will add weight in the future. Alright, I sound a bit stressed because I'm very tired and sleepy and I have to get through this, but it was honestly a great workout, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys probably on Thursday, because tomorrow I have taekwondo practice and no training.